So, how close were we? 436. That's quite a few skill points. We can get a few decently quick here. These guys are worth 79. And there's quite a few we can get relatively safely. I believe this guy's worth 17. Yep, that's what I thought. So relatively quickly, not much of a threat. Just knock out this to level real quick. We'll grab this one. Fight this guy last. They do not flinch once they start that parry. Once they start the Makiri attack counter, they do not flinch. So that's important. Alright. So now that we did that, we'll actually just run. Run past this group. No big deal. We have what we need. Whoop. I do want to hit that Sculptor's Idol. Rest to reset them. Then run through here. Grab this item that we didn't grab before. The eel liver. Then learn about how to do the lightning reversal, which is important for this upcoming fight and for a few fights in the game. Now we get the tooltip. So this is one where the game gives you a tooltip that isn't necessarily fully correct. It says you want to hit L1 in the air to do the charge, and then R1 right before landing to do the lightning reversal. You can just get hit in the air and hit R1. I think L1 might protect you from chip damage, but me trying to bounce back and forth between pressing those was generally a challenge. So we hear the reed whistle as we're coming up here. So we know Kuro is up here, and he is calling to us. We can stop here. We see Genichiro, Emma, and Kuro. So let's go see what's going on.
How is grandfather?
Lord Kirinez. It's a wonder he is still with us. A miracle.
Is that so? Divine Air, I'll ask you once more. Accept me to your immortal oath.
I cannot do that, Lord Genichiro. Your victory that day means nothing. He will risk his life to take me home. For he is my shinobi.
My lord, I have come for you. This... Will you take a moment? I see. For as long as you are alive, the dragon's blood can never be mine.
So his fight is relatively similar to what you've been learning,
Shinobi.
but he throws a bell into it. He likes to do that jump attack and immediately follow it with a Makiri during phase 1. Oop. And his... I'm just gonna block to regen my guard. Always want to Makiri counter whenever you can. So the blood count on that is relatively generous. You can just spam L1 during it. And that'll probably work. During this phase, he switches it to a sweep attack, so you have to Goomba Stomp it. And then we kill him, and then go into phase 3.
Impressive, Shinobi of the Divine Heir. Would you deserve better? Would you not answer to a different lord? Heresy. Heresy, you say? If it is for the sake of preserving Ashina. I will seize any manner of heretical strength. I will endure any burden. Behold the lightning of Tomoe.
And then we have the phase that adds lightning. He starts this phase with a thrust attack, which allows you to Makiri counter it, so you get some posture damage in early on. Just a little easy start. He's jumping, I jump, and then immediately R1 him. Lots of free damage. He was doing a slashing. If I back up, he's going to do a thrust attack. Oop. Oop. You got me. It's fine.
The dragon's blood.
I'm going to back away to
As many times as it takes.
heal, and he'll immediately thrust, which allows me to Makiri counter him. Whoop. That's a sweep attack. Oop. That's a grab attack, so I want to stay away from him for that. Whenever you use an item, he always thrust attacks, so you can get a Makiri counter. And then, just that quickly, Genichiro is done. Now, I didn't explain it very well, but to explain it, in the first phase, he does a jump attack. Right before he comes down, you can deflect, and you'll almost always immediately follow that up into a thrust attack that you can Makiri counter. The second phase, he switches it from a thrust attack to a sweep attack. And then in the final phase, you kind of have to react to, if he has both his hands in front of him, it's a thrust attack. If he has the sword off to his side, it's a sweep. More importantly, in the final phase, he does do the lightning attack, which you can just jump into the air with a few seconds, or not a few seconds, but slightly after he jumps up into the air, take the lightning attack and then immediately punish him. And then he should go by pretty quickly. He also gives you your first ninjutsu, which allows you to hide after you deathblow an enemy. Very useful for doing stealth kills on groups of enemy mobs. And this just tells you press R1 after you do a backstab.
You were victorious. I see.
Are you?
I mean you no harm. Shinobi of the Divine Kenichiro. Is this the rejuvenating waters?
Ashina, this land is everything to me. For her sake, I will shed humanity itself. Resurrection. Yes. Indeed. So.
Alright, so with that, we grab this sculptor's idol real quick. We're going to enhance our attack power. We're going to acquire some skills. I have to decide which one. Fang and Blade, which is good. And then Projected Force is very good for dealing with some of the enemies later. But I don't think we're going to go for that one. Suppress Sound, Vault Over, both not super important. Karma Mind is important, but we have two of those right in here. So we'll grab those after we grab Midair Prosthetic Tool. But yeah, sometimes I'm not good on deciding what I should get.
At long last, I've managed to fulfill my master's orders. I give you my thanks.
Who exactly do you serve?
Ishin Ashina. I am a doctor in the service of Lord Ishin.
Why were you ordered to help me?
Lord Ishin has no desire to use the power of the dragon's heritage. That is why he...
He tried to help Lord Kuro escape Ashina.
Correct.
The message I found in the well, that was your doing?
Also correct. My duties have concluded. But there's someone I think you'd like to see. Lord Kuro is downstairs.
So we're going to go meet up with Lord Kuro after we grab the sculptor's item.
I have come for you, my lord.
Yes, you did well to come here.
Let us go. We must leave Ashina.
Wolf, my blood. The blood of the dragon causes men to become undying. The same goes for you.
Yes, my lord.
I wished to save you. I'm sure that I would do the same thing given another chance. However, undying begets stagnation. The immortal oath, the rejuvenating waters, the dragon rot, they all corrupt men to the point that they no longer live as men. I wish to sever the chains of stagnation bred by the dragon's heritage. Wolf, will you help me achieve this aim?
So here we don't really get a choice. If we say help Kuro, he just says he has to obey the Iron Code.
Father, I cannot break the Iron Code.
So we have to
I cannot
obey the Iron
protect
Code.
you, the divine heir. That was the duty my father entrusted to me.
How many times have you died and come back to life for my sake? 2, 3 times? Or perhaps a number so large that it cannot be counted?
As it was for the purpose of defending my lord, the number does not matter.
I do not wish to bind you to an eternity of undeath. Wolf, join me in my quest to sever the ties of immortality.
As
So now we've discussed that. We actually have to talk to him again to start the quest.
If we are seeking to sever the immortal ties, I know a good place to start. Wolf, look at this.
She tells us we need to get to Fountainhead Palace.
It's an ancient record that was kept in Ashina Castle.
Sacred dragon tears from the divine realm.
Yes, it is my belief that with the dragon tears, it may be possible to sever the dragon's heritage.
But the divine realm? How do we...
I know. Wolf, that incense burner over there, it belonged to a person of interest. Take a look.
This part is kind of frustrating that it makes you go back and forth instead of just going through it all at once.
Is there something special about it?
I'm told that long ago, there was another divine heir living here in Ashina Castle. His name was Lord Takeru. This incense burner belonged to him.
Where is he now?
He died a long time ago, apparently. Wrapped in the aroma of the fountainhead, I returned to the divine realm. Those are supposedly the words he left behind.
You're saying the scent of the fountainhead is the key to reaching the divine realm.
That is my belief. Wolf, let us discover the truth together.
And then we have to talk to him again.
Now, as to how we begin our search, I am certain some of Lord Takeru's books remain in this castle. Books that he collected in order to find the divine realm. I will search for them.
In addition to finding a way to reach the divine realm, might we also look into how we might sever the immortal ties?
A fine suggestion. Talk to Ishi. If anyone knows the answer, it is him. Wolf, come with me.
Then we have to follow him on a super slow walk.
Lord Ishin is not within this castle citadel. I'm told he is recuperating in one of these watchtowers. However, the path to his watchtower is closed. His health is a little...
How do I get in?
On the roof, there's a path patrolled by the Nightjar Ninja. It's intended for shinobi, but I imagine that won't be a problem for you.
I've heard the Nightjar use smoke signals as landmarks.
Yes, so if you follow their smoke signals, you should be able to reach Lord Ishin, and you can use this window to reach the roof.
So if you don't do the quest for the information, Kuro will actually tell you that they use the smoke signals as landmarks. So that's how you find out that way. Though before I do that, I'm going to see if I can get Emma to spawn over here, because until I cure the dragon rot, we won't be able to advance the quest line for the sculptor, or the quest line that involves the sculptor. There we go. Good.
What are you doing?
Oh, I didn't realize you were here. The sculptor has been coughing blood. I took a sample of this blood for my dragon rot research.
A sample of his blood.
Yes, blood that he's coughed up. The color of the blood itself appears to be tainted, stagnant, but the sculptor's blood alone isn't enough to reach any conclusions.
Is there anything I can do?
Yes, bring me samples of blood coughed up by others that suffer from the dragon rot. If I have more, I'll be able to learn more about the disease.
If I come across anyone afflicted by the dragon rot, I'll ask them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't
Goodbye.
think I had gourd seeds. So one of the other things you can do in the sculptor's hut variously throughout the game is when you come back here, you go up against this wall, and you can eavesdrop on conversations the sculptor has with Emma.
What are you going to do? The blood of an old man.
I'm going to
So we get to learn a little bit about the dragon rot. And we can equip our ninjutsu technique. So in our inventory, we do have the rot essence of the crow mob. The crow mob is, of course, the first vendor that we went to. So we'll go travel to him and get his sample of the blood real quick. Deal with this crow real quickly. We want to deal with this cannoner before we keep going, unless, in case we don't remember him on the way back. Although we want to actually come back here. We can just talk to him.
You've caught it too. Memorial offerings and illnesses go hand in hand. Just so tight. I must make an offering. I'm taking a blood sample.
And then we get the nice dragon rot victim blood. But we could see, is there anything worth purchasing? We can purchase these 3, just in case we do die. No reason not to play it safe. And then we can just go straight back to the dilapidated temple for Emma. And you kind of want to do this as soon as you can. When you actually cure the dragon rot is going to be up to you, but like I would never do it before fighting a boss because I knew I was just going to infect everybody with dragon rot while I learned the boss. Oh, also our information broker friend has moved over here.
Hey, it's you. Thanks again for bailing me out back at Ashina Castle. I'm gonna be hanging around here for a while. I need time to sort through all the info I've got. Speaking of which, I'm happy to do business with you anytime. Interested? Oh, so you're looking for goods instead of info, huh? I've always had sticky fingers, I guess. I end up collecting lots without really noticing. I got fed up with all the offerings and memorials, so I left the mob. But when I see a dead body, I can't leave it unpilfered. Besides, property can belong to anyone, right?
So he does have a gourd seed which costs 2,000. So
Next.
what we're going to do is, because we have it, we grab that bulging purse from earlier. We have 2 heavy coin purses. That gets us right to our 2,000.
Still have some. Until next.
Which we'll be able to give to Emma in just a moment. Oh. When she is returned to the castle, which is fine. So we'll go back to the castle, get the cure for dragon rot, as well as getting our upgraded gourd, and go talk to Lord Ishan. We can find where Emma's hanging out. She might be upstairs still. She is.
My lord is not in this but Lord Ishin is not well. My lord is
Oh, okay.
not but Lord.
So we won't be able to cure the rot until we talk to Lord Ishin. So we'll go do that. We come out here, look for the pink smoke. It leads us right over to that door. So we'll just go over here. Drop down. Go straight over to that door. And here is the venerable Lord Ishin.
About the divine heir's life,
Yes?
there is something I wish to ask.
Before that, Sake,
What?
you earned it. Take it.
Sake!
My grandson, Genichiro, was bewitched by the rejuvenating waters. You did well to put a stop to that for me. You have my thanks.
I merely followed the code my father taught me.
Ah, the Iron Code of the Shinobi. I see. So you're the son of Owl. That boy he found during the rebellion.
Yes.
And your travels brought you here. The bonds that tie us are so deeply amusing. Don't you think, Sekiro? Or, so what do you wish to know?
So when he calls you Sekiro, you realize that, oh, it's the Tengu of Ashina.
The divine heir's desire is to sever the ties of immortality. I want to know how it can be done.
The mortal blade. If you had such a weapon, it may be the key to what you are after.
Immortal blade.
With it, you could kill one who cannot die through normal means.
One who cannot die.
The infested, I believe they're called. I have not seen one before, but it said you could stab them through the heart, or remove their head, and they wouldn't die. If the stories are true, they'd surely be quite fearsome. To kill a monster such as that, you'd need the mortal blade.
Then we have to ask him where it can be found.
Where is this mortal blade?
I've heard it's held in a simple temple. However, they say the mortal blade cannot be drawn.
What do you mean?
I am not certain of the meaning. It's just hearsay. The gates to that temple are closed now, though. Who knows what those degenerates are doing shut away up there in the mountains. There aren't any decent roads leading there.
And then the fun part is we can give him a drink right after he gave it to us.
Here.
Are you offering me the sake I gave you? Delightful. I'll take it. That's the stuff. By the way, how was Genichiro?
What do you mean?
You two crossed blades, did you not?
To put it simply, he was strong, and he had unusual techniques.
I see.
What exactly is the lightning of Tomoe?
That is a technique belonging to Genichiro's mentor. I'll wager it was quite the sight.
His mentor.
Tomoe. There aren't many masters of the sword like her. To see her fight, it's like she's dancing. When you look into her eyes, you feel as if you're being drawn into the depths of the ocean. I was completely taken by her, and it almost killed me. I have lived a long life, but that was the closest I've come to death. You're leaving, sir. Severing immortality. That will be quite the battle. And in battle, the plans and desires of those involved churn endlessly. If you hesitate, you'll be swept away.
And lose the battle.
That's right. Best you keep it in mind. Sekiro, hesitate, and you lose.
And you get to hear that a whole lot. Whoop. I just aggroed the room beneath him, where there's a bunch of nightjar ninjas, by knocking over those pots. And they're just throwing shurikens up into the ceiling. So once you talk to him, Emma moves and Kuro moves. And you get to hear him sneeze.
So, you've met with Lord Ishin?
Yes. He thanked me for defeating Genichiro.
I see. To think that Lord Genichiro would go as far as to drink the rejuvenating sediment.
Rejuvenating sediment.
That's what we call a particularly concentrated part of the rejuvenating waters. I'm sure you saw it for yourself. The rejuvenating sediment grants great resilience in one's flesh. One becomes able to withstand blows that would be fatal to anyone else. My mentor Dogen devoted much research to its uses, but all of his works, documents, medicines, everything, were burned and destroyed. I'm not sure who, but I heard one of the senior apprentices was able to salvage some of it. Probably Doju. Did you ask Lord Kuro's thoughts on the matter?
I did.
And
We've decided to sever the ties of immortality.
I see.
I thank you for all of the help you've given me.
Almost sounds like you're bidding me farewell for good. I've carried out my lord's orders, so I will stay here in the castle. Come and speak to me whenever you please. I will provide my assistance to you as a doctor.
So we'll give her a gourd seed first, because no dialogue there. Then give her the dragon rot.
A blood sample. Let me see. The coloration is very similar to the sculptor's. The color is just slightly tainted. But what's this?
Do you have enough blood?
I believe so. Allow me to continue my research into the dragon rot. When we speak again, it's likely I'll have made a breakthrough. In fact, count on it.
So in order to get the breakthrough, you can just rest at the sculptor's statue, and she'll have it ready for you. But we're going to come in here, grab this item, which is the Gunfort Shrine Key, which we need to get to